Hello students, welcome back to JCE Connect. In this particular lecture, I'll be discussing about the backwater curve and afflux. What do you mean by backwater curve and afflux? So these two terms are very important in designing the hydraulic structures and all. So let us first understand what do you mean by uniform flow and a non-uniform flow. As you know, uniform flow and non-uniform flow. Again, non-uniform flow is divided into two types: gradually varied flow and rapidly varied flow. So what do you mean by uniform flow? If you take a channel bed, if the depth of water is flowing through a channel, if suppose the water is flowing through a channel, if the depth of flow is constant throughout the length of the channel, wherever you take the section here or section here, wherever you take, if the depth remains same, why along the direction of flow, this type of flow what we call as a uniform flow. Okay, so it means for uniform flow through an open channel, the depth of flow is constant at all the sections and free surface of water. This is free surface of water and this is the bed of the channel. Both are parallel to each other. The free surface of water, that is free water surface, as well as the bed of the channel will be parallel to each other, and the depth of flow will be remains constant throughout the sections along the direction of flow. If you take this direction of flow as x, along the direction of flow, the depth of flow will be constant, and this type of flow what we call as a uniform flow. For uniform flow, we can write dy by dx equal to 0, means the rate of change of depth with respect to the length, that is x direction, the change of length over a distance of x is equal to 0, means that the depth of flow is not being changing here, it is remains constant, and this type of flow what we call as a uniform flow. But in non-uniform flow what happens? So if you take a non-uniform flow, the depth varies, means depth is will be changing at every sections. So this is the dy by dx is not equal to 0 here. This is called non-uniform flow. So this backwater curve and afflux will coming in non-uniform flow. So suppose consider the flow. Suppose that is the flow, this is the bed of the channel, the water is flowing in this direction. Let us take this is x direction. Consider flow. Suppose if any obstruction comes uh, uh, in the flow of water, suppose let us say this is an obstruction, suppose this is the dam or any obstruction comes, then what happens here? On the upstream side of the obstruction, the depth of water will get rises. Suppose, so this is the initial flow, see this is the flow like this. So before any obstruction, this was the depth of flow. Okay, as the flow approaches the obstruction, the water starts rising like this. It will be rising like this. Okay, so it will be rising here. That is, consider the flow over a dam here. On the upstream side of the dam, what happens? The depth of water will be rising because of the obstruction present along the direction of flow. If there had not been any obstruction like this, if there had not been any obstruction, in the path of flow of water in the channel. I'm repeating, if there had not been any obstruction in the path of flow of water in the channel, the depth of water would have been constant like this, or the depth of water was following this dotted line. I can say this one. If there had not been any obstruction, the depth of flow of water in the channel would have been following this constant depth. And also this free water surface will be parallel to the bed of the channel. Due to obstruction, what happens? The water level rises and it has a maximum depth from the bed at some section. Due to obstruction, the water get rises and it reaches the maximum level. Let us take this height as h1 and it has reached a height of h2. Then when it reaches height of h2, then h2 minus h1 is called as a flux, or it is called as a backwater curve. So but explain it is, but a uniform flow, the depth of flow will be remains constant and the free surface of it is parallel to the bed of the channel. Suppose if the flow is uh, taking place across the any obstruction, or flows with an obstruction like a dam across the channel width, the water level rises and it has a maximum depth from the bed at some section, maximum depth at bed at some section. Then the profile of the water surface, this is this one, the profile of the water surface is known as backwater curve. This is known as backwater curve. This one, this is known as backwater curve. Then the afflux. So what do you mean by afflux? H2 minus H1 is called as afflux. That is the increase in water level due to the obstruction across the channel width. The increase in water level due to the channel across the channel width is known as afflux. So H2 minus H1 is known as afflux. So I'll define afflux. Afflux is defined as the maximum increase in water level due to obstruction in the path of flow of water. I'll repeat. Thus, the afflux is defined as the increase in water level due to obstruction in the path of flow of water. Then the profile of rising of water on the upstream side, of the dam is called as backwater curve. Then the distance, if you take a distance, the distance along the bed of the channel, between the sections, if I take this section as a 1 1 and this section as a 2 2, the distance along the bed of the channel between the section where water starts rising to the section where the water is having maximum height is known as length of backwater curve. This one up to here, this is called length of backwater curve. Length of backwater curve. This length of backwater curve, we need to derive the equation for the length of backwater curve. So I'll repeat, the distance along the bed of the channel between the section where the water starts rising, the point where the water starts rising to the section where the water is having a maximum height, is known as length of backwater curve, where H1 represents depth of water at the point where the water starts rising up, and H2 represents the maximum height of rising water from the bed of the channel. then H2 minus H1 is known as afflux. The afflux is nothing but an increase in water level due to the obstruction across the channel width is called as a afflux, and this is also called as a backwater curve. That is the profile of rising of water on the upstream side. The profile of rising of water on the upstream side, whatever the profile you are getting of rising of water on the upstream side of the obstruction is known as backwater curve. Whatever the curve you are getting, the rising of curve behind the obstruction or behind the dam, the point where it starts rising up until it reaches the maximum height, whatever the curve you are getting, it is called backwater curve. And the height of water, that is H2 minus H1, is called as afflux. If you are getting any obstruction like this, it is called the backwater curve. Suppose if this is the channel, okay, I'll take this one. If suppose this is the channel, suddenly any drop is present here like this. This is the bed of the channel. Then the water will be flowing with a uniform depth. Up to here is a uniform flow. And then when it approaches any obstacles like this, the obstacle here is what? Drop. So here you can see the obstacle is hump, or any weir or a dam is present, hump. Then when it approaches the drop, then the water will be flowing like this. This is called drawdown curve. This curve is called as a drawdown. It is decreasing along the direction of flow. The depth is decreasing along the direction of flow. For this we can write dy by dx, this one, is greater than 0 here. For this we can write dy by dx is less than 0. The depth of water along the direction of flow, if it is decreasing, then the curve is known as drawdown curve. If the depth of water along the direction of flow it increases, then it is called as a backwater curve. If the depth of water along the direction of flow is not changing, if it is a constant, that is dy by dx equal to 0, it is called as a uniform depth or uniform flow. Okay, so try to understand these three things. If the depth of flow dy by dx is 0, is a uniform depth or uniform flow. If dy by dx is greater than 0, we will get the backwater curve and we get the afflux on the upstream side of the water. If dy by dx is less than 0, if you may get a negative value also, that is a negative value only, and that is called as a drawdown curve. I hope you understood these things. So we'll derive the equation for the afflux, that is a afflux, as well as the length of backwater curve. The point where the water starts rising and the point where it reaches the maximum height of water, between those sections, whatever the length of curve you get, the profile, that is called backwater curve. I hope you understood this one. So very, very important. And we'll derive the equation for the length of backwater curve and try to understand the definitions here. The profile of water on the upstream side of an obstruction is called as backwater curve. This is called backwater curve. The rising profile it is, and it is falling profile. The rising profile is known as a backwater curve. The falling profile is known as a drawdown curve. Rising, falling, and for this falling, dy by dx is less than 0. For rising, dy by dx is greater than 0, and H2 minus H1 is known as afflux. Okay, so this is about the backwater curve and the afflux. So next class I will be deriving the equation for length of backwater curve. Thank you.